And welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Well, one of the challenges of having a video every day is, what are you going to talk about? So I didn't quite know what I was going to talk about. I was actually thinking about copying out and just posting the rebrand and the reposition of one of my previous coins, but had an interesting event happen to me yesterday. And with her permission, I was able to, she told me that I could share this story, and I want to share this story and tie it into the crypto space, and it ties right in, and hopefully that you guys can learn from it. So here goes. So I had a friend of mine call me yesterday, and she had an event going on in her life. Her family pet was nearing its end of life. It was 9 years old, and they had to go to the vet. And this woman is like many people I know in cryptocurrency right now, where they're all crypto rich and they're cash poor. And we all joke about it, and we all make memes about it, how like we have a fat pig that shows our crypto portfolio, and we have a skinny animal that just shows like, hey, it's that's our bank account. But right now, the economy is we have two economies, and we have to learn from it. So let me finish the story, and then I'll build on that. So she called me last night, and unfortunately, she did not have the cash on hand to be able to pay for a surgical procedure that may have extended the dog's life, and unfortunately, it crossed over. Now, as you can imagine, that was a tragic event for her, and it was very emotional. And the last thing she needed was an economic impact and a struggle there too. So I helped her out. A friend of mine, I wouldn't do it just for anyone, but I helped her out because I knew that that was not an extra problem and an extra stress that she didn't need. So I knew that we would work things out because she didn't have the cash to even handle what she had paid for already. And in fairness to the veterinarian hospital, they I'm sure they hear these sob stories all the time about, I have the money, please take care of my dog, animal, pet, whatever, cat. And it happens all the time. And it's a tough spot, but I want everyone to learn from this, that we all talk about buying the dip, and we talk about having dry powder and cash on hand and so on, but you never know when you're going to need liquidity. You're going to need cash. We are living in two systems right now. We know that everyone pretty much in the sound of my voice knows that crypto is the future and fiat is the past, but we live in the present. And presently we have two systems. We have maybe 5% maximum that knows about takes crypto, and we're all trying to push that forward. But 90 to 95% of the world only takes fiat, credit cards, whatever. So when push comes to shove and something comes up, I just learned, like the other day, I saw a story today here in Myrtle Beach. People got stranded for 2 days because flights couldn't get out. They had to get food for their families. They had to put people up in houses, money they didn't have, but yet they had to scramble it up, deal with their family. That turned the vacation into a nightmare for many people trying to get out, and they couldn't get their chemo appointments or whatever. Things happen. And I want you to be able to handle those. So I want you to learn from these stories. And I mean, she permitted me to share this story because she wanted people to learn from this. She wanted people to understand that sometimes things come up. Sometimes you need cash on hand. Sometimes the buy the dip is really cover a bill that comes up that's unexpected. If we get stranded on the side of the road because our car breaks down, the last thing we want to worry about is paying for it, let alone how do we get this fixed? How do we get on with our journey? How do we keep moving forward? So this is, I've talked about it in the past where I'm starting to explore DeFi and learn about lenders like Celsius and Nexo, because I have many clients that are crypto rich and cash poor. And I don't want them stranded on the side of the road or have something worse where they can't get to a family member or handle a situation in their family that arises because they have thousands of dollars tied up in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin or other coins, and they have no cash on hand. They have no credit card space. They have nothing to pay for an unexpected bill. So please learn from this experience as much as you can. That's the purpose of this video today. Learn to have cash on hand to buy the dip, because you don't know if the dip is going to be buying more crypto or having cash on hand just in case of an emergency. So that's why I'm exploring DeFi, crypto, next lenders like Nexa, lenders like Celsius, how to be more liquid, and how they out having to sell your crypto, because having liquidity matters. We are transitioning, right? This transitioning from one system to another is going to be stressful and painful. Minimize the stress by being as liquid as you can. You don't need to sell a Bitcoin, but take a Bitcoin, for example, not financial advice, but my financial advice is be liquid, be able to cover that bill in some way, shape, or form. But the not financial advice part is put some of your crypto in a vehicle so you can borrow against it and have a couple $1,000s if an emergency arises. Have 4 or 5 grand just that you can tap. It may seem strange, like why would you leave $5,000 available as an example number and not invest it in something that you know is going to appreciate? Because you don't know what's going to happen. There could be a shortage at the gas station, which I've experienced. You cannot be able to get out of town. You could have an emergency at hospital. You could have a food shortage come up and you need to go to the grocery store now and get what you can. Have liquidity, have the ability to handle your business and be prepared. So with all that said, that's what I wanted to share today. I wanted you guys to learn to be prepared. And if you wanted to learn how, I'm not going to do a pitch. You know, all my information is right down below. Open up the description. You've got my phone number. You know how to contact me. This video is not about that. This video is about getting the message out that have the ability to take care of your business and take care of your family if you need to. So I know it's kind of a mellow, kind of a downer, but I want you to learn from these experiences where people get stranded at airports, people lose a family member or a pet, and that is unexpected, and people are in your face about needing money first, and rather than doing what they can for you to help you second. So take that issue off the plate, be more prepared, learn how to borrow against your crypto, learn how to be more liquid, just be more prepared. And that's all I wanted to say today. And there'll be more upbeat lifting videos, but share this one. I think this is a video that needs to get out there. This is a message that people need to hear. And I understand we all joke about being crypto rich and cash poor, but have the ability to cover yourself just in case. Always have a backup plan. So lots said today. I just want to close the drawer in the bureau with that message, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.